Welcome to Life Editor Weekend. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am thrilled that you're here. We are more than halfway through the Life Editor Weekend virtual retreat. So we are dreaming, we are scheming, we are planning how we're going to be editing our lives. We are doing so much great editing work, and it's really been a pleasure to have all of you here during the live sessions. Now remember, you can watch these replays all weekend long. So even if you are working today or you're dealing with your kids or you're asleep because you're on the other side of the world, it's totally fine. These retreat videos are going to be here all weekend long. That's why it's Life Editor Weekend. So let me introduce myself. I'm Sage Grayson, and I am a former book editor turned life coach. I help ambitious women edit their habits, routines, and mindsets to balance their happiness at work and home. I'm a life editor, and so are you. All right, now before we get started in this session, I want to make sure that you have downloaded, I say this every single session, downloaded your Life Editor Weekend virtual retreat workbook. Now we are using this workbook every single session, and we are taking notes and we are creating edits, and I want to make sure that you actually have downloaded this. So if you're watching the replay, pause it, download it, because you're going to use it every single session. All right, and we got big plans for this in our last session, so make sure you're doing the work. All right, so during the retreat, I am giving away a different digital product for every single session. The way that you enter the giveaway is by simply leaving a comment either on Facebook or YouTube underneath that video session for that session's giveaway. And this session, I am giving away a copy of my Startup in 60 program. So Startup in 60 is a time management course for busy women who are ready to finally start their own businesses, whether they have 60 days, 60 minutes, or just 60 seconds. It's a wonderful program, and I will teach you how to make noticeable progress even in just 1 minute per day. So remember, leave a comment under this video on Facebook or on YouTube to enter the giveaway. All right, and finally, I'm going to show you how you can apply for Life Editor Academy at the end of this session. And that's my mastermind group, and doors are open right now. This is the kickoff for Life Editor Academy. And if you like Life Editor Weekend, you're going to love the Academy. All right, so in this session, we are talking about how to edit your money mindset. Ooh. Yeah, we're talking finances here. We're getting nitty gritty with the money. And I'm also going to give you some business best practices. And this is actually building on the last session where I told you some of my life-changing lessons from my 10 years as a life coach. But we're going to get a little bit more granular, a little bit more specific. And I've got one really big business lesson, and it's a best practice that most entrepreneurs I meet aren't doing. Don't let it be you. So stick around. You're going to love that. Are we ready? Let's go. All right. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about money. Oh no, Sage, don't talk about money. We got to talk about money. That's what we're here for. So we talked about editing your health, editing your business, editing your career, editing your relationships, editing your happiness and your spiritual health. But we got to talk about your finances too. And I know a lot of people just don't want to talk about money. It's a little tricky situation. Maybe you've got some debt. Maybe you're in between jobs. Maybe you're not earning what you want to. Maybe you can't figure out your pricing for your business. But let's talk about money, because managing your money is more than just managing the dollars and cents, the income and the expenses. A lot of managing your money is about editing and working on your mindset. So let's get into that. I want you to pull out your journals, or you can just write it on the back of your workbook. And I've got some journaling prompts for you about how we think about money. So I want you to first write, what first pops into your head when you hear money? When you hear the word money, what pops into your head? I don't know. Maybe you think about a big stack of bills. Or on the other hand, maybe you think about a big stack of bills. So maybe you think about a stack of dollar bills, but you also think about a stack of bills that you got to pay. Like, ugh. Money makes you think of all of those debts you have. Maybe money makes you think of your paycheck. Or maybe money makes you think of your parents when they used to say money doesn't grow on trees. Maybe money is this fun thing that you get to play with. Or maybe money is frustration. You always feel like you're stretched too thin and you never have quite enough. So write that down in your journal. When you hear the word money, what's the very first thing that pops into your head? I don't know. All right. And if you're watching the replay, go ahead and pause the video and give yourself plenty of time to answer these journaling prompts. All right. Next prompt. How do you feel about money? Like during your day-to-day life, how do you feel about money? Do you feel hopeful? Do you feel like money's going to be able to solve your problems? Do you feel stressed out? Do you have this tension and anxiety around money? Do you feel like you're always striving, always hustling for more money? Do you feel like money is just evil? Money is bad and you don't even want to touch money. You don't want to talk about money. I don't even know why I'm in this session because I don't want to talk about money. So tell me, how do you feel about money? Write that down in your journal. And if you want to, go ahead and leave a comment. Leaving a comment enters you in this session's giveaway. All right, next prompt. What did your parents, your teachers, or your authority figures teach you or not teach you about money? Yeah, what did your parents say about money when you were growing up? What did your teachers or your bosses say about money? Did you take any of their advice to heart? Were they completely out there? I don't know. What did they say? Did they say money doesn't grow on trees? Did you actually get training on how to do a budget? I don't know. Did they teach you about taxes or not? Did they insist you get a job or did they pay for everything? And then after college, you were just thrown into the real world? I don't know. What did your parents or teachers and authority figures tell you about money? I would love to hear some of your thoughts. So go ahead and leave a comment. What did your parents say about money? Okay, so just recapping those things I want you to write in your journal. What first pops into your head when you hear money? How do you feel about money? What did your parents, teachers, or authority figures teach you about money? And, one last thing. Do you believe you can attract more wealth and abundance into your life? Do you believe it's possible to get more money into your life? Or do you feel like there's a ceiling that you're hitting? Nope, I can't earn more than I'm earning in this job. Or nope, I can't earn more than my parents earned in their lifetimes. Nope, I can't earn more than my sister. I can't earn more than my husband. Do you feel like you can earn and attract more money? Or do you feel like you've hit some kind of block? All right. So I've got a great exercise that I do at all my retreats, and it's about breaking through your money blocks. We're going to change your beliefs about money. And I know a lot of us have some pretty ingrained beliefs about money. I do want to challenge how you think about money because there could be something better for you out there. Like, what if you didn't feel such way about money? What if you changed how you thought about money? It could probably change your life. So here's how we do it. First, I want you to choose a belief that you have about money. Then I want you to edit it into a positive statement based on the truth. So here's what I mean by that. Choose a statement that you believe about money or is some way ingrained into your life about money. And that might mean, like your parents said, money doesn't grow on trees, or maybe you can't out-earn your spouse, or you're only worth a minimum wage job, or you can't charge more than X amount in your business, or whatever it is. What kind of belief do you have about money? And then we're going to edit it based on the truth. So I've got a few examples for you. Here's a common one. Rich people are evil. If you have too much money, then you're evil. There must have been some kind of shady way that you earned that money. Or rich people are always scheming and taking money from the poor or benefiting off of people's vulnerabilities or whatever. So rich people are evil. So, okay, that's a belief that you have, or maybe you've heard it before. How can we edit that and change that up into a positive statement based on the truth? So rich people are evil. Are they? I bet you can think of some people who might be considered rich or wealthy or even billionaires who do things with their money to help the less fortunate or to serve different populations that need that money, ways that they can help lift people up with that money. Maybe they've built schools, or maybe they've provided some kind of money for healthcare, Or maybe they bought someone a house, or maybe they created some kind of program to teach people skills. I'm certain you can think of someone who's rich, who is doing something positive with their money. So are all rich people evil? No, it's really the person themselves. So you can be an evil poor person, or you can be an evil rich person. It's really your values and what you're bringing to the world. So there are people out there who are wealthy, who are billionaires, and some of them aren't doing really nice things, or maybe they are undermining certain groups. But there are wealthy people who are doing wonderful things and building up their communities and serving people and spreading their wealth around to help more people and lift people up. So think about that. We took the negative money block and we edited it to a positive statement. So next time you think, oh, rich people are so evil, like I can't get ahead because rich people are just like undermining me. Think about that. No, there are rich people who are out there helping and doing good things. And here's the thing. What if you become a rich person? We already talked about this earlier. I want you to be wildly successful. I want you to have more money, because when you have more money, when you make more sales in your business or your career or whatever it is, you're able to help more people. You're able to uplift more people and provide more programs or do more good deeds or to donate to charity. So I want you to be a rich person. But if you think that all rich people are evil, then you will never become rich, because you don't want to become evil too. So remember, we're shifting things around. We are editing these money blocks. Here's another one that I hear a lot. I'm not smart enough to earn more money, or I'm not smart enough to charge more for my products and services. Yeah. And one way we can edit this, if you think like I'm not smart enough to earn more, is that you have worth beyond your education. So remember when I was talking about in another session how I got really tired of people dictating my worth in my editing career by getting me to the top of my pay grade, and then there'd be nowhere to go in the company. And I would have to switch companies just to earn more, just to get a promotion. I was letting other people dictate my worth and how much my time and effort and education was worth. But I'm worth so much more than that. And you are too. I get asked sometimes, never by my clients, I only get asked this by other coaches, if I am a certified coach, if I went to coaching school. And no, I didn't. I am not a certified coach. I have no coaching certificate. I have no plaque on the wall that says I have value to coach you. And that's because there's no national governing body for coaches. And that's good and bad. Anyone can come out and say, I'm a coach, and put up a website and start charging people. Now, the good thing is that you can get started right away. And the bad thing is that, yeah, maybe there are some people who aren't really good coaches. As we've talked about before in the previous session, I've met plenty of bad coaches. But here's the thing. I didn't go to a coaching school or earn a certificate to be a coach. And I did that for a few reasons. I didn't want to spend years earning a certificate. I didn't want to have to pay dues to another coaching school every single year. I didn't want to be locked into a framework that maybe I didn't agree with or I didn't want to teach to. Remember, we talked about coming up with your own framework, and I have my life coaching process, my life editing process, and that's mine. That's specific to life editing. And I didn't want to be locked into somebody else's framework. And probably the biggest reason why I didn't go to a coaching school is because that I knew I had value and I knew I could help people right now. Remember, we talked about starting before you're ready? If you want to be a coach or you want to start a business, every time you don't start a business, every month you push it off again, you are being a disservice to people. You are not helping people. So I knew I had value and I put it out there without any kind of plaque on the wall saying that I had value. So think about that. If you think you're not smart enough to do whatever it is, or to earn more, or to charge more, you do. You have value and talents and skills beyond a piece of paper, beyond an education. All right, I have one more money block, and this is actually from my own life. So what my parents kind of taught me about money in their own twisted way is that you can fix your problems by throwing money at it. Just keep throwing money at the problem and that will solve everything. That's what I grew up with. I didn't understand or realize until I was much older that I grew up in what would be considered a wealthy family. I grew up very privileged and had lots and lots of money. And the reason that I didn't realize that I lived in a wealthy family was because every other house, every other family in my neighborhood, every other family in my school were wealthy as well. And I remember going to a different school, or starting a new school when I started high school, and one of my friends came over from a different neighborhood and was spending like the weekend with me. And I remember walking around my house, just kind of showing her, oh, here's our house. And I got to the end of the tour and she's like, 8. And I was like, what? 8? She's like, 8. You have 8 televisions in your house. And I was like, so? It was mind-boggling to her because she and her family only had 1 television in her house and they didn't even have cable. This was in the early 90s. So I don't know where you grew up, but I grew up in a wealthy neighborhood where it was completely normal to have 8 TVs in your house. It was completely normal to go to Walt Disney World every single year for your summer vacation. All of my friends went to Walt Disney World. Of course, I went to Walt Disney World. It was completely normal to be given a car on your 16th birthday. Everyone else I knew got a car on their 16th birthday. So the thing is, my parents were not hands-on parents at all. They both worked. They both were not about parenting. They really neglected me and my brother. And this is a whole other thing. My brother was mentally unwell and he would beat me many times, sometimes daily. And my parents did nothing to stop that. This was in the 80s when a lot of people weren't talking about different mental disorders and certainly not getting any kind of treatment. So I was left alone with someone who was mentally unwell and who was beating me daily. And my parents were completely checked out and they were not involved at all. And whenever there was a problem, whenever something wasn't going well, instead of sitting with me and having an honest conversation or connecting with me as their child, they would just throw money at the problem. So that's the money block that I grew up with. If you have a problem, just throw money at it. Like, oh, you're being bullied at this school. Let's pay to send you to private school. There you go. Or whatever. You want to have fun? Oh, I'm not going to spend time with my kids. I'm going to spend a lot of money and send them to Disney World so they can have fun there. And I don't actually have to have a conversation with my family. So that's how I grew up. And it kind of trickled into my life too, that if I was having a problem, I was like, okay, I just need enough money to fix this. I can just throw money out there to try to fix it. And a lot of times that got me into a lot of trouble. I would spend so much money trying to fix a problem that I would go into debt, or I would spend money on programs and systems for my business that were way beyond my means. I was a tiny little startup business and I was paying $500 a month for some great big CRM program that I didn't even use most of it. So I just felt like just throw money at a problem and that's how you fix things. So what I had to unlearn, what I had to change about my money mindset is that if you really want to fix your problems, you need self-reflection. You got to look into yourself. You got to have those hard conversations. You got to be honest and not just numb yourself. Remember, we talked about in another session about self-numbing. And you've got to take persistent action. Throwing money at a problem is not action. That is numbing yourself from the problem and not actually dealing with it. So for me, I've learned how to be really honest and open about what's not working in my life and work through those problems and take action to solve those problems rather than thinking money is going to solve everything. Leave a comment and let me know. Did any of these money blocks resonate with you? Did you grow up in a situation that kind of warped your thinking about money? Did you ever realize that other people had it better or worse than you and you were totally surprised by that? I was shocked when I met people in college who had never been to Disney World. I'm like, what do you mean you've never been to Disney World? You go to Disney World every summer. That's what you do. And it just blew my mind. And it's really sad and really kind of depressing when I think about it, about how sheltered I was and that money was supposed to solve everything. But it couldn't solve the abuse. It couldn't solve the problems that I had in my family. It couldn't solve the bullying. It couldn't solve any of that stuff. I really had to do the inner work and be honest. All right, let's talk about some edits that you can make to your money mindset. So I got some examples for you. You could raise your prices. No, that's too scary. That's too scary, Sage. I know some of you business owners out there haven't risen or raised your prices in a long, long time. If ever, you might have just grabbed a price and kept it forever. And you can't do that. You do have to raise your prices. I've been in business for 10 years, and believe me, I've raised my prices, and my prices have changed and moved around. If you own a business, a good way to know that it's time to raise your prices is when you start resenting your clients and customers. When you start resenting them, like, oh my gosh, I'm doing all this for my clients and they're only paying me this little bit. That's a big clue, like a big light bulb should go off over your head. If you start resenting your clients, you need to raise your prices so that there's an even exchange of energy. So you feel like the work that you're doing is being compensated equally with the money that they are paying you. Because you don't want to resent your clients and customers. Of course not. You want to love them. That's the reason you started your business. So if you ever feel like you're not getting your worth, you're resenting your clients, then that is time to raise your prices. All right, next example, you could do an abundance meditation every morning or say money affirmations. So there are so many meditations on YouTube, or if you have a meditation app, I really like Insight Timer. That's the meditation app I use. And you can just search money mindset or search money meditation. And then just do that meditation every morning before you do your work, before you go to your job, whatever it is. So you can start feeling more abundant and start feeling like, money is a good thing. Money is a tool. Money can help me help others. Instead of having all those bad money mindsets that you used to have. I have this one affirmation that I like to say, and that is, money comes easily and often. And I like to say that whenever I'm feeling a little stretched or whenever I start feeling like desperate for money, I just remind myself, money comes easily and often. Money comes easily and often. I don't have to hustle. I don't have to stretch and strain. I don't have to trick people to get money. Money is just flowing. Money is energy, and it will come to me if I keep doing good work. Let me know if you have a good money mantra or money affirmation. Leave a comment either here in Facebook or on YouTube, and that will enter you in the giveaway for this session, which is a copy of Startup in 60. All right, next money edit is to make a vision board with how you want money to change your life. So yeah, making a vision board, and I've got at least a half dozen videos on YouTube about how to make a vision board. But basically, you take pictures of what you want to attract and you put them on a board, or you can do it digitally too. And when you look at your vision board, I want it to make you feel the way that you want to feel about money. So maybe you put a big stack of cash on there, or maybe you put a bird flying through the air because that represents freedom to you. Or maybe you put a picture of the things that you want to do with your money, like hiring an assistant or going on a cruise or whatever it is, buying nice clothes. So when you look at your vision board, I want you to say your money affirmations and think good thoughts as you are studying it. I like to study my vision board every morning, so I get in those good vibes. Yeah, and if you keep doing that, you're going to slowly shift the way that you think about money. And if you're a visual person, a vision board is a great way to do that. So Pam says, money comes easily and effortlessly. Exactly. We don't have to strain for money. We don't have to stress out about money. That's a good one. All right, another one, and this will be familiar for those of you who have watched The Secret movie or read The Secret, the book, is to write yourself a fake check. Yeah. So draw out a fake check, or you can find like a drawing of a check or whatever online, and write a fake check to yourself. So maybe make it for however much money you want to make this year. So write it out to yourself, $100,000 for whatever your business is or for whatever your career is. And if you have that fake check, you're going to use it just like your vision board. You're going to put it up somewhere where you can see it every day and feel those good feelings of that money coming to you. And just seeing that every single day, like every single day, $100,000, $100,000, it will start shifting your vibration and you'll start attracting opportunities that can help you earn that extra money. Leave a comment and let me know if any of you ever written a fake check to yourself or a pretend check, and were you able to attract that money? And did you keep it up on your wall, or did you keep it in your wallet or your purse? I would love to know how you use that fake check. And the last example I have for editing your money mindset is to give away your money or to pay for something that you've been denying yourself. So a lot of times, if I'm feeling tight about money, I will donate to a charity that I respect or that I feel good about. And just giving a little bit of money, even if it's $10 or $20, it kind of releases that holding pattern of money. I'm not holding money with my fists in tight little balls. I'm letting money be the tool that it is. I'm letting money be energy. A lot of times when you give to a cause that you care about, it will release that tension. Like, okay, maybe I'm stressed about money right now. Maybe I don't have enough money to do all the things that I want to do, but this little bit of money could help somebody else. This little bit of money could help someone who's maybe in a worse situation than me. And that little bit of money, though it might be nothing to me, it means something to them. So you can really shift your money mindset and get into that abundance and start feeling real gratitude for money if you can give a little bit of away. Another way is to buy yourself something that maybe you've been denying yourself. I know a lot of my clients will, when they start earning money, they feel like they can't spend any of it on themselves. It's got to go right back into the business, or it's got to go right back into the family, or it's got to go right to their debts. And I understand the reason that they want to do that. But can you carve away a little bit of your money, like 5%, 10%, whatever makes sense to you, so that you can have something fun for yourself? And maybe it's something really simple. Maybe it's just getting your nails done, or maybe it's a coffee mug with a fun saying on it. Or maybe it's a really nice shirt that makes you feel like $1 million, or whatever it might be. Maybe it's a really nice dinner out with your partner. Spending a little bit of money on you can make you feel better about yourself, make you a little bit happier and more confident, and not feel like you are just struggling and you have to be a martyr to money all the time. Leave a comment and let me know, what are your favorite ways to treat yourself with your money, so that you're actually using your money for good things for you too. It's not about giving it to everyone else or your kids or whoever. What nice things do you buy with your money for you? All right, homework time. Grab your workbook. And in your workbook, you are going to see a box for your money edits. I want you to come up with 5 ways that you can edit money in your life. So maybe that's getting real serious about your savings and actually buckling down and saving more. Maybe that's raising your prices in your business. Or maybe that's just doing some kind of mantras or affirmations every morning so you don't feel so much stress around money. I would love to hear what types of money edits you're making. So leave a comment. That's also how you enter the giveaway for this session. All right, done with money for now. We're going to move on to some business best practices. Let me take some more tea. Gotta save my voice. All right. Business best practices. Now, in the previous session, I gave you 10 life-changing lessons from my 10 years as a life coach. And a lot of those are kind of business best practices. But there are 2 things that I really wanted to talk about during the retreat that, honestly, I'll say it, I think a lot of entrepreneurs kind of dropped the ball on this. And I don't want this to be you. If you are an entrepreneur, I want to make sure that you have all your ducks in a row and you're doing exactly what you need to do so you can be the most successful you can be in your business. So let's go over these 2 business best practices. So number 1, I want you to act like a professional and not an amateur. So act like a professional, not an amateur. So this idea comes from the wonderful book that I think everyone should read. It's The War of Art by Steven Pressfield. And I know many of you life editors have read it. It has been a required reading book in my academy a few times. So what does it mean to be a professional as opposed to an amateur? Well, if you are a professional, and we talked about this before, you're showing up as a leader in your business. So that means you're getting dressed up and caring about your appearance and your hygiene. You are being available to your clients. You are maybe investing in a little bit better quality website or graphics, or maybe you are investing in coaching so someone can actually teach you some of these best practices and how to show up in your business like you actually care about what you're doing. An amateur, on the other hand, kind of phones it in. They might show up late for their calls or whatever it is. They don't prepare for their videos. They just kind of wing it. Or their blog posts are kind of not really structured well. There's not a lot of good points in them. It's kind of just a tangent that they go off on. Or other ways that you might not be showing up in your business. Maybe you're acting like an amateur because you have these really low prices and people see those low prices and think, that's not so good. If I see that that thing is only $10, maybe it's not really worth it. Maybe it's not really good. Whereas if they see something that's more expensive, they might think, oh, this has got to be better quality. I know that sounds kind of weird, but you act as a professional when you charge professional rates for whatever it is you do. If you have these little piddly little amounts, people aren't going to take you seriously. They're going to think you're an amateur. They're going to think you're a beginner. And they're going to think that, oh, you don't really care about me as a customer to put out something of good quality. You're just going to put out this $10 what's it and hope that I buy it. So I want you to either write in your journal or in your workbook, when do you feel like you are professional and you are all in and you are serious and you're showing up as a leader? Or what times do you feel like you're phoning it in? That you're just kind of winging it and not acting like a true professional. You're acting like an amateur. And I want you to think about, where can you show up more? Where can you show up more? Do you need to start posting more consistently instead of posting once a month and then disappearing for 2 months? Do you need to send an email every single week? Do you need to fill out your shop more? Instead of having one thing to buy, can you give them a few more options and different price points? We're going to talk about that in a minute. Can you look like you care? My goodness. Like, here's the thing. I do video calls with my clients. I do video calls with my group mastermind program, the Academy. And I make sure, even if I'm tired, even if I'm having a bad day, I'm going to make sure I'm showered, my hair is done, and that I am wearing something fun and that I feel like a person. I'm not going to show up in my pajamas with my hair not brushed, because I care about my clients and I want to show up as a professional for them. They're paying to get something out of your business. And if you kind of phone it in or don't put in the effort, they're going to feel cheated, and you don't want your clients to feel cheated. All right. Even if you're watching the replay, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know, where do you show up as a professional and where do you show up as an amateur? And those amateur things are things we're going to start editing. All right, so that's number one, the business best practice I want you to really think about. Even just acting as a professional is really going to transform your business. Okay, the next business best practice is my number one pet peeve about businesses. And that is when a business does not have a clearly defined sales funnel. A business without a clearly defined sales funnel is my biggest business pet peeve. And I am shocked. I'm always shocked by how many businesses I see out there, and not just startup businesses, but big businesses who have been established, who don't have a clearly defined sales funnel. Here's the thing. When your clients or customers or readers or social media followers are working with you or interacting with your business in any way, you should always take them by the hand and lead them to the next step. And you're leading them to where you want them to go. Remember, you're the leader of your business. Don't just leave it up in the air like, you can do whatever you want. You are actively leading them where you want them to go. So whenever they come to the end of something with you, the end of a blog post, the end of a video, the end of a social media post, the end of a virtual retreat, there should always be a next step. Now, you guys have seen me do this. We're in session 5 right now of the retreat. What have I been doing at the end of every single session? I've been leading you to the next step, which is to apply for Life Editor Academy. I'm not leaving you hanging. I'm not like, well, that was the retreat. See ya. No, I'm leading you to the next step that I want you to take. I'm the leader here, and I'm not just going to leave you hanging. There have been times when I have bought products from other businesses, and maybe it's a digital course, or maybe it's a planner, or maybe it's some kind of telesummit or whatever. And I've gotten to the end of it and there's nothing else. And I'm like, wait, what do you mean? What am I supposed to do now? Like, where's the next step? Don't just leave me hanging. And it is such an upsetting feeling to be, I don't know, I kind of feel taken advantage of when I deal with a business where they just kind of drop you at the end of whatever it is, and they don't lead you to the next step. That's not being a leader. That's not being a kind entrepreneur. So think about that. Whenever someone comes to the end of something with you, where are you leading them? If you come to my website, you know at the bottom of all of my blog posts, I tell you, hey, you should get my Edit My Life Planner. It'll help you get more done in 12 weeks than you did in the past 12 months. Or at the end of a social media post, I very rarely just post something like, hey, life editors, how you doing? I always have something like, hey, this is a great article. You should read it. Here's the link. Or, hey, I just dropped this new program and it's fantastic. Here's the link. I'm always leading them to the next step, even within my tiny little social media posts on Facebook. At the end of my videos on YouTube, I always explain what I want you to do next. Join Life Editor Clubhouse for more training videos like this, and watch these videos next if you're sticking around. So think about that. Are you proactively leading your clients, readers, social media followers to the next step, or are you just dumping them like a hot potato? I'm sorry, but it's true. I see way too many entrepreneurs not having a clearly defined sales funnel. So let's talk about a sales funnel a little bit more. Again, a sales funnel is the logical path that you want your clients to follow. And just like a kitchen funnel, you are funneling them where you want them to go. So at the top of your funnel are free, inexpensive things that lots of people buy into. And then as you go down the funnel, it's more expensive, but they also get more access to you. And at the very bottom of the funnel, they get lots and lots of access to you. Like in my academy, where you get one-on-one coaching with me, and you get retreats every single month, and you get a private Facebook group. But it's also more expensive than, say, the free worksheets. So you're funneling people where you want to go. Through your funnel, you're going to move them through 3 different types of products and 3 different types of business income. All right, so you might have heard this before, but I do want to lay this out there because I think some people can't figure out a sales funnel because they're missing at least one of these types of business income. First, you're going to create active income. And active income products and services are when you are actively involved in the purchase and delivery of whatever it is. So when I am on a coaching call, like a Skype call with a client who's paying me, that is active income because I'm actually there. I'm not a robot. I'm not a pre-recorded message. It's active income. I have to be physically in a chair in front of a camera to do it. So active income for you, like if you are a graphic designer, and let's say you design logos. If you do custom work, when you're talking back and forth with a client and you're saying, well, what about this color? What about this design? And you're going back and forth with a client, that's active income. It's really you. It's not like a pre-made thing. You have to be actively involved. So that's active income. Passive income, on the other side, is income and products and services where they sell while you sleep, as they say. So that's when you are not involved in the purchase and delivery of that product. So that could be something like a digital workbook that you create once and you put it up in your shop, and then people can buy it whenever they want. They can buy it while you're on vacation. They can buy it while you're working on something else. They can buy it when you're sick. They can buy it when you're asleep. That's passive income because it's passive. And the great thing about passive income is that you can get lots and lots of sales just for one little bit of work. You do the work once and then you sell it 1,000,000 times. But also with passive income, you don't charge as much because it's not really you. It's all automated. And a lot of times with passive income products, you can't be as specific or one-on-one where you can be in active income. So let's say you're a health coach or you're like a personal trainer. If you are doing some kind of active coaching with your client, you can look them in the face and be like, okay, because I know you have these types of allergies, because I know you hurt your knee when you were a cheerleader back in school, I'm going to have you do this type of eating plan, and I'm going to have you do these types of exercises. That's active income where you can be really, really specific. However, the same trainer might have some kind of digital product about how to set up a home gym on a budget. It's a digital workbook. Or it might be some kind of planner, like tracking your fitness gains over time. But it's not really specific. Other people have, like the people who buy it, have to fill in their own information. So that's an example of how active income is really personal and specialized, and you charge more. Passive income is more general, but you can sell it to a lot more people, but it also doesn't have that touch point with you. All right, and the final type of income that I want your business to have is consistent income. Like, of course we want this. I think a lot of entrepreneurs, when they start off, their income is up and then it's down, and then it's up and then it's down, and then it's up and then it's down. And you never know how much money you're going to make from month to month. And that can be really upsetting and really scary as a new business owner. And I don't want that to happen to you. So consistent income is when you set up subscriptions of some kind. And a subscription can be either passive or active. So an active subscription might be like a coaching package where they meet one-on-one with you and they pay you every single month, indefinitely. A passive income package might be some kind of the month club or some kind of like digital product where they pay you every single month a specific amount, but everyone gets basically the same stuff. You're not doing any kind of customization. All right. So those are the three types of income: active income, passive income, and consistent income. Let me know in the comments, if you are a business owner, do you have all those different types of income? Or are you missing one of them? Let me quickly go through a very basic sales funnel. I'm going to use myself as an example, and you can see what I'm talking about how you take your clients by the hand and you lead them where you want them to go. You don't leave them hanging. All right. So a basic sales funnel, you start with your freebie, your valuable free offer, your VFO, also known as the lead magnet. And that's how you grab people's email addresses to get them into your email subscriber list. So that might be a PDF or a workbook or a 5-minute video or a 5-minute MP3 or whatever it is. It's some kind of goodie that they can easily consume instantly. That's why it's free. This is not a 100-page report. This is not a 3-hour webinar. It's free, so it needs to be short and sweet and implementable. My freebie is my editor's toolkit, which is a collection of all of my productivity worksheets. So my ultimate to-do list, my time log, my productivity tracker, they're all in my editor's toolkit. So if you want productivity worksheets, I got a whole bunch of free ones for you. And your freebie gives them a taste of what it's like to work with you. So you know I'm a productivity coach, so if you like my worksheets, you're probably going to like everything else I do. Next part of your funnel after your freebie should be a low-priced passive income product. So this could be a bigger type of workbook, or maybe some kind of specific training, or maybe a 5-day challenge or something like that. And this costs a little bit of money, but it's still relatively inexpensive, and it's kind of like just a natural next step of your business. And this, for me, is my Edit My Life planner, which is only, at this time, is only $17. And it's a 5-day video course and a printable planner. Yeah, not a big investment, but still actionable and still good. And here's the thing. If you have ever gotten into my freebie, my editor's toolkit, you know all over the page, and the second page is of the worksheets too, and all over the download page, I talk about, hey, if you like this, you'll love my Edit My Life planner. And I have a link right to the planner. Also, you'll be brought into an email sequence where I say, hey, thanks for downloading the freebies. If you like these freebies, get my planner. Is this making sense, where I'm actively leading the clients where I want them to go, never leaving them hanging no matter where they get to the end of something? All right, next you're going to have a mid-priced active income or active income product or service. So for me, that's my Life Editor Clubhouse, where I have weekly group calls, and I get consistent income from that too, because people pay me every single month to be in the Clubhouse. But it's mid-priced. It's not as expensive as one-on-one coaching, because it's group coaching and it's just a weekly call in a Facebook group. So it's another step up. And if you've ever gotten my planner, you know at the end of the planner, I upsell you to the Clubhouse. And I say, if you like the planner, you're going to love the Clubhouse. After that, you need a high-priced active income product. And that is what I use for my one-on-one coaching, which is you got a few different options for one-on-one coaching with me. Most popular is my 12-week edit, which is a 3-month coaching program. I also do 3-hour VIP days. And the final part of your sales funnel, and honestly, you don't have to have all these parts of the sales funnel. You can switch it up. You might only have 2 as you're starting your business, or it might be rearranged and moved around as you edit your business over the years. I know my sales funnel has changed many times over the years. But the final part of your sales funnel is usually some kind of elite level mastermind group. And that's where it's an active income offer. Again, they get a lot of you, but they're also paying a lot of money to get access to you. So obviously for me, that is my Life Editor Academy Mastermind. And this is actually the kickoff for the Academy, and you can click the link in the description for all the details and to apply. All right, so just recapping that really quickly, this is a basic sales funnel. You start with a freebie, then a low-priced passive income product, then a mid-priced active income product, a high-priced active income product, and then an elite-level active income offering. Whew. Have you guys heard this before? Have you guys already mapped out your sales funnel? If you want more help mapping out your sales funnel, then you're going to love Startup in 60. And Startup in 60 is actually the program that I'm giving away as a giveaway for this session. So if you want to enter this giveaway, leave a comment below and you'll be entered into the giveaway. You can leave a comment on Facebook or on YouTube to enter. All right, last little bit, homework. Get your workbook out. And in the section where it says business edits, if you have a business, what edits do you want to work on next? Do you need to map out your sales funnel? Do you need to come up with different products to fill in those gaps? Do you need to look at your social media posts, your blog posts, your videos, and figure out what are you going to put at the end? What are you going to put at the end to lead them to the next step? Never, ever leave your readers hanging or your clients hanging. Always lead them to the next step. I don't care if it's a 1-sentence social media post. Tell them where to go next. All right. As we talked about, and as we've talked about in every single session, this is my sales funnel in action. This is the kickoff for my Life Editor Academy Mastermind group, which is a group for 15 ambitious ladies who are ready to stop procrastinating and make big, big changes in their lives. So you get the best of both worlds. It's private coaching with me, plus group coaching with your Academy sisters. We have a book club, accountability partners, and we have themed retreats every single month. So if you love this virtual retreat, we do this every single month in the Academy. So now doors are open for Life Editor Academy. And before you apply, let me play a little video about someone who has actually been in the Academy and their experience as a member.
My name is Erica Swafford, and you can find me at ericaswafford.com. Well, I joined Life Editor Academy because I was looking for support for building my business and finding some like-minded women who were also into possibly growing their businesses, or at least wanting to grow themselves in their lives, because all of that's intertwined together. So I really just wanted the support, and I also like the idea of retreats. My favorite parts of the June retreat were honestly learning in all of the sessions. They're all really helpful, and they really help you figure out things that either you've been trying to figure out or that you didn't know you needed to figure out, and you have the support of all the ladies in the room all together. So it's not just Sage, but it's also all the other ladies, and they're pitching in and they're helping out. So I'd have to say that's my favorite part. I've learned a lot so far. I've learned how to change my perspective a little bit on what I'm doing. I've learned about how to handle fear and self-doubt, and and honestly to reframe my goals so that they make more sense and they have deadlines or target dates and they have, more clarity, which is one of the things I desperately need, clarity. Sage is awesome. So Sage is fun. She's very supportive. If you're looking for someone who just has that, very supportive and will take any ideas that you have and just run with them and help you come up with ideas and just be a soundboard, she's perfect for that. My Academy sisters are awesome. They are all fun. They are supportive. We're kind of all in the same boat, going the same direction. So that's wonderful. And we all get along. All of us get along, and we help each other, and kind of bounce ideas off each other. It's really good. I would say that if you're going to join the Academy, that you make sure that you go to all of the retreats, because honestly, that is, it's a treat. It really is. And you get to be in person with all the people that you've been talking to online for months on end, and it's just a really good place to get that, one-on-one time with each other and spend lots of time just, really taking care of yourself and getting recharged.
All right. Like I said, doors are now open for Life Editor Academy. And let me pull up the website address. There it is. So click the link in the description of this video to apply for Life Editor Academy. Again, doors are open right now, and we maxed out at 15 ladies. I already mentioned before that we have 5 ladies who have already joined, so we have 10 spots left. And if you're really enjoying the stuff that we're talking about during the Life Editor Weekend Retreat, then please go ahead, check out all the details on the info page, and apply for Life Editor Academy. And we can talk more about it during your discovery call after you apply. All right, Life Editors, that's all for this session. At the top of this hour, we are going to start a new session where we're going to talk about overcoming your resistance, handling your self-doubt, and defeating your fear. It's a really good one, and I know you're going to like it. So I will see you in the next session. Bye.